Hey, so if you're one of the people who watched my first video, then you're an OG and I appreciate you. And you also should know that I unhauled 27 of the books in that video. And I sold them to a used books online storefront that I use for nearly all my purchases when I buy used books. And I got store credit. And because I wanted to buy books from that store credit, I looked through that store. And sadly, this time, usually they're really good with the books I want, but this time they didn't have anything from my wish list. But I thought, I want to buy books. So I looked through their section called gay. Literally, it's not even called queer romance or something. It's just called gay. And I bought the cheapest romance books I could find on there. And let me tell you, they are unhinged. So behind me, I have 19 very, very unhinged gay, not only gay, but also lesbian and other romance books. And I'm gonna show you all of them. This is a book haul. And if you have any thoughts, please tell me. Also, if you want to see me read this in a video, I'm definitely gonna read some of these in a video at some point, but because I think that would be pretty funny because some of the premises are unhinged. So I think it would be pretty funny to see me read that on camera. But yeah, just let me know which or when. I don't know, because yeah. But let's get into it, shall we? Yeah, I told you we were gonna get unhinged. This is The Laputant Factor by Tristan Blackwolf. And yes, it is a furry thing. Please don't judge me. Furries are not my kink, but it's someone's, I guess. And I don't think this is even a romance. This is a sci-fi story, but because behind the synopsis is pretty confusing. I'm also not going to tell you the full synopsis for all of these because I have a lot of books to get through. But yeah, this is, I think, a furry sci-fi story. And I guess if you want to see me read it, then tell me. Next up, this is Someone is Killing the Gay Boys of Verona by Mark A. Roeder. This is the first of many early 2000s and early 2010s self-published novels and smut stories that you're going to see in this video because, yeah, they were cheap. In 2010s, that was pretty much the only, in early 2000s, that was pretty much the only way you could actually get your gay stuff published. But I also don't have anything, also don't know anything about this. This is from some kind of series that this author writes. I also have another book by him in this book haul that is also from that. And I think this is, some kind of queer youth story, but this is also about a mystery and the back hints at something supernatural in there. So I guess this is gays being killed by ghosts or something. Then we have The Marine, Displaced Feelings by Che Bellier. This is even more unhinged than the last ones, but I told you it's not gonna get better. So this is about Logan, and he's a Marine, and he meets this other guy, and I guess they're on a mission somewhere in the Middle East, in a desert, and it goes horribly, and he's tested in enemy hands, which you could interpret to be many things that I do not want to say in this video. Yeah, tell me if I should read this. Next up, this is Nick the Drunkard by Chris Raw and Alexander. I know, the name, imagine. And also, Nick the Drunkard sounds hella abusive. And the series is called Fill Me Up. I'm not joking. And the back is crazy. Just know, this is about Nick, and he's a drunkard, and he has many kinks. Also, an unfortunate theme in this video is that I bought a bunch of books in series that I obviously haven't read the series from. So this is Enemy Territory 3 bonus stories. I don't know, but there are probably 2 other Enemy Territory books that I haven't read, and these are 70 pages of bonus stories to that world. Maybe I'm gonna enjoy it regardless. This actually kind of seems more up my alley. This is Decimus, the Vampire's Curse by Travis Richley, and it's about this world where vampires are commonplace, I think. And this one vampire once fell in love and gave him immortality, but that guy turned out to be evil. And then he swore not to fall in love again, but obviously he does. So this seems like much of the paranormal romance I read and enjoy usually. So this is not as unhinged as the other ones. So maybe this is gonna get read sooner than those, but yeah. Another one that really seems like more the paranormal romance that I usually read and just like my type of thing. This is On the Ragged Edge of the World by Jamie Craig. And this is a wolf shifter romance, which I have read a whole lot from. And I'm always going to read a werewolf smut story because that's just my thing. But yeah, this is also less unhinged. It's just about these two dudes who are wolf shifters. And that's pretty much all I can ask for. Back to the unhingedness, I guess. So this is Checkmate Ever After by Lex Chase with this 90s Final Fantasy anime ass looking OC at the cover. I really think he does look like a Final Fantasy OC. You can't tell me that he not. Also, I think this is like an imaginary version, male version of the author. I think she's designed that character after her. But yeah, I think this is gay superheroes. Not as unhinged, I just really find the cover like, I just really am not in love with the cover. The Seasons of a Heart by Constance O. Irving. You could probably also think that this is a werewolf shifter story, but this is actually like two lesbians freezing in the wilderness after their plane crashed or something. I heard not a lot of good things about this. This is one of the few books in here that actually has ratings on Goodreads, and people seem to not like this. But I guess expectations for self-published novels from the early 2000s aren't through the roof. So I'm gonna read it regardless. Then something more tame. This is The F-Words by Anita Sunday. This is in a standalone, this is in a series full of like standalone enemies to lovers novels. And it's an enemies to lovers story about this one guy who flees from something and the other, he hates him at first. I don't like the title, honestly. What the fuck? But yeah. But this is probably okay. When I saw this, I know I had to buy it because what do you mean? Like, this is probably the most unhinged thing I have in this video. This is The Jesus Injection by Eric Andrews Katz. And this is like this secret agent who gets a clue from a dying drag queen that leads him on a mission with like anti-gay political parties, a cure for AIDS, and feelings for someone, a handsome caterer. And it's from the early 2000s. I'm really interested what this is. But it sounds unhinged, and this is definitely gonna get its own video, I think. This is 666, a novel by Lina Wongwantani. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong, but yeah. I think this is like a debut novel that tells the story of sad lesbian Russians, I think. And the back says it's a mix between an innovative mix between screenplay and novel. I mean, it doesn't sound bad. It just, I don't know what to expect. The Silent One by Carrie Jo Spear is another self-published thing from the 2000s that sounds like it's an alien romance and based on the cover with the planets and something, but it's kind of like a Chosen One story. This is about this guy, Gareth. His parents died when he was a child, and then he has no friends in high school, but there's this protector, this strain that he doesn't really know if it's even real, but then he finds out he is real, and then he's then he's like wrapped up in the fate of the universe or something. I hope it's an alien romance. I really do. Crescendo, Song of the Fallen Book 2 by Rachel Heimowitz. Yeah, it's the second book in a series. Again, I haven't read the first one, but this is like, fantasy, gay people. I don't read a lot of romantasy, but like, if it's from the early 2000s, maybe it's more paranormal romance. And paranormal romance is my shit. I like that. So yeah, don't know what to expect from it, but hopefully it's good. This is like probably the only traditionally published thing in this entire haul. And it's How to Be Nowhere by Tim McGaban. This is also the sequel to a other book called Call Him Mine, and the cover looks racist. I don't know if Tim McGaban is like Mexican or something, but this just looks kind of racist to me. But yeah, it's like gang violence or something, and this guy has lost his boyfriend and he's trying to recover from it, so it sounds pretty sad. But I don't know about this one. The other book by Mark A. Roeder in this haul is Ancient Prejudice Break to New Mutiny. Strange title if I ever saw one. And this is also in his Gay Youth Something series. And contrary to the title, the back actually doesn't sound unhinged. It's just about these two dudes falling in love in a society that won't accept them, which is pretty accurate for the time this came out in, and is still kind of accurate. So this is probably not bad. It's probably gonna be decided on the writing, which I'm scared of the writing of all of these, because self-published stuff has obviously like a better reputation nowadays, but a lot of this was in the early 2000s where they really did not have a great reputation. But I guess I'm in for an adventure. You always have to try new things. Another like newer one, this is Two Tribes by Fern Hill. This is also just like a gay coming age story, and it's definitely a newer one, so it's just like standard romance, but I also need some of these after all the unhinged stuff I have in the other pile. Yeah, I don't know. When I first saw High School English Teacher, by the way, this is Fox Hunt by Haley Walsh. When I first saw High School English Teacher, I was like, please don't let this be a student-teacher romance. Thankfully, it's not. I think he hooks up with the assistant football coach, and it's also a mystery. Maybe it's good. And the last thing in this haul is Back Issues, which is the first in the Burnout series by Danny Hermit and Curtis Starr. I have like beef with this book because the description says it was like a dark romance kinky yaoi BL tale. And if you tell me that something is yaoi and BL, I'm expecting a manga. This is not a manga. This is 100% written. So what do you mean yaoi BL? Did I get the definition of that word wrong? But, I mean, if anything describes itself as dark romance, I'm extremely skeptical because I read like 2.5 dark romance books in my life, and they weren't my thing really. But maybe it's good. So yeah, I'm sorry that I treated you to this unhinged book haul, and I'm sorry that you needed to see all these books. But if you want to see me suffer on camera, or maybe just like love one of these books on camera, I don't know. Maybe that's my shit. I don't know. I really love gay romance. I just don't know if I like these ones. But yeah, if you want to see me read any of these in a video, tell me in the comments. I hope these are good. I really do, but I don't know. If you had fun with this video, just please leave a comment, and I hope I see you in another video. Bye!